I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Carissa.
And I'm Christian, and this is A Lot in Common. Today we're going to be going over Erika Kirk saying Candace Owens claims she killed her husband.
And then we're going to take a look at all the madness that went on at the White House Correspondence Dinner. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one.
How are you doing today, sister?
I'm doing really good today. I'm actually having an extraordinarily high energy day.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, like almost borderline anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird how anxiety can come in and it can make you feel like you're like nervous. You got your palms are sweating and you feel all weird. But then you can also, like you were saying, you can choose to make that just high energy and just be like, no, I'm just full of energy today. I'm having an excited day today. You know?
You just turn it around. Turn it around.
You just turn it around, you guys.
Yep. You give it to God, your anxiety, and then you just say, well, I guess my body just feels excited. I'm just excited for the day.
Yep.
Glory be to God.
Glory be to God.
Yes.
But God not be with Erika. No, I'm just kidding. Sister, have you seen today Erika Kirk dropped her whole thing that was very highly anticipated, that she was going to make a statement about what had happened on Saturday during the White House Correspondence Dinner.
Yes.
You saw?
No, I have not seen it. I waited to see it with you today.
Yep. We're going to play it. You guys are going to see it too. I think we'll go over the whole thing. It's not very long. And then we'll kind of interject and see what we're thinking about it. If I could ever get it up.
I know. What? Why? What's all this?
So in the beginning, they played Charlie Kirk. So what they did was they played a whole bunch of Charlie Kirk on campuses. They just went over everything he was saying on campuses. And then at the end, after look at that still of her.
Dude, I can't even really hear what you're saying to me right now because I just looked over at her and she looks like a gangster, dude.
Whoa.
She looks like a straight up gangster and she looks pissed off.
Yes, she does.
Whoa, what an outfit choice. What in the world? Oh,
this is how it starts. This is her. Let's see how hot and heavy she comes in. Okay.
That's when you get violence. That's when civil war happens.
Seems to me that nothing will ever be enough for the evil in this world. Our country has become unrecognizable. These people have perverted the truth to the point that they motivated the murder of my husband. They have continuously tried to assassinate the president, and anyone who stands in their way is labeled hateful, racist, fascist, and every other trigger word that is grossly dishonest. We want the best for our country. They don't. This is why Charlie started Turning Point USA in the first place. He didn't trust the radicalized liberal teachers. And this past Saturday, it was a school teacher, of all people, a school teacher that attempted to change our history for the worst with bullets. And everyone is asking why I even went to the White House Correspondence Dinner. And it was because many of the journalists in that room have attempted to dehumanize me. And I wanted to meet some of them face to face, quite frankly. Why have a conversation about me when you can have a conversation with me? So, for example, a journalist from the Daily Mail came up to me. She introduced herself and she was very gracious. She was saying, "You look so beautiful. I'm so sorry for your loss." To which I replied, "It is so nice to put a name to the face, especially with all of the slander, the lies, accusations that are out there surrounding my husband's murder and myself." And I said to her, "You know what's so interesting? This is my first time at the White House Correspondence Dinner, and I find it so fascinating the dynamic that is going on right now because everyone is all dressed up and you guys are co-mingling in and out of each other's cocktail parties. And so for one night, you are able to put aside all of your differences for the sake of freedom of speech. And then by Monday morning, things will go back to being an absolute bloodbath between all of you." To which she replied, literally, she said, "I know. Isn't it special, right? Isn't tonight so special?" And following that conversation, it was time to take our seats and we went into the big ballroom where the dinner was. And one of the first things I noticed when I walked into that room was quite literally the proximity of the opposing outlets to one another. So you have.
So what do you think so far?
I think she's coming on a little aggressively, a little late.
Right.
You know, like,
Right.
where was this energy when her husband was? Where was this energy then?
Yeah.
She was really lighthearted and, you know, like
That's
more
a great point.
bubbly and, you know, this is what God wanted. And now she's angry when it comes to like words that are being used. But she wasn't this angry when her husband was which is
Right.
unusual.
Yeah, I mean, you're so right. Whenever everything had happened, she was very, very calm, laughing and smiling and happy, it seemed like all the time. And all of the clips that you can see of her, to her even talking to TPUSA staff, I mean, she was very bubbly and very happy. So that's a great point. She does seem like it seems fake and staged, to be
It's
honest.
so staged.
I think she's trying on her own Candace boots here, trying to do a podcast in like the same type of way, and it's just not coming off good. But we'll keep going.
Yeah.
Let's see what else she has to say. I don't like how she started talking about the girl at Daily News.
Oh, yeah.
She's just, you know,
Daily Mail.
yeah, she's sitting there like calling her out.
Yeah.
It's like, for what? For reporting on the news and reporting on all of everybody talking about how you're being so weird. It's kind of just, it's their jobs to be calling you out, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because all the trash, all the stuff that you put out is very questionable. And then also for all of these people to be looking into anything that you had that was weird in your past, which is most of your past is weird.
Yeah.
They're going to be looking into it. And frankly, the news stations aren't doing enough of a job of doing that.
Yeah.
So
Pretty sure the journalists in that room weren't the ones that she should be confronting and having conversation with.
right.
She should be having conversation on Candace Owens' show and being like, absolutely not. Like, these are all truths. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not
Right.
a liar.
Right.
But she hasn't even attempted that. She's staying kind of far away from Candace Owens, which is the number one journalist she should be in the same room with.
Yep.
But she decided to go to the White House Correspondence dinner to call out somebody at the Daily Mail. That's why she wanted to go.
Table here that's Politico, and another table here that's Fox, and another table here that's WAPO, and you're all crammed together, elbow to elbow. And to make the night even more of a spectacle, every single 10-person table had 10 bottles of wine. And the president of the White House Correspondence Association, she did a great job of trying to make the evening have that feeling of Americana. You know, we were in a room celebrating freedom of speech despite our differences. And the U.S. Marine Band performed the national anthem so beautifully. And then shortly thereafter, gunshots rang out and total chaos ensued. And you guys have all seen what happened next because there are 1,000 videos of it. So let's discuss that fact for a second. If you were in that room, you had no way of knowing what the status of the shooter was, how many there were, or honestly, really anything. It was just utter chaos. And so during an active shooting, these journalists are using their phones to find moments to capture for clips.
So this part really bothers me because I feel like the entire Erika saga, everything that she's constantly doing, is secretly trying to diminish free speech in a way and secretly trying to censor, like make people censor, right? Like she was saying like the video of Charlie should have never been out there. If the video of Charlie was never out there, then none of these truths would have been coming to light. If people weren't sitting here on their podcast telling the truth about all of these facts that everybody's coming out with, like her past, for instance, or the angles of what had happened to Charlie Kirk, if it was the exploding mic theory, if it was a bullet, like all of these things, right? Just even the 30-06, how that could never be done it would have created way more of a mess than what had happened, right? She's kind of like insinuating in everything that she does. I feel like she's saying like, oh, it's just nonsense. They shouldn't be able to be platformed, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't platform it.
Yeah.
Right here, she's saying like, you guys pulled out your cameras they're all part of the news. Of
Yeah.
course, they all pulled out their cameras to record an active shooting where the president and the vice president are.
Yeah.
Of course.
What they do for a living. And then
Yeah.
freaking, you want freedom of speech or you don't. There's not like your version of freedom of speech. It's
Mhm.
like it either is free or it is not free. And so she's kind of like saying, well, I want freedom of speech, but the version that I have in my mind where they don't make fun of me.
Yeah. Or not even make fun of me, but
Accuse.
they find out all of my past
Yeah.
and then they
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it
yeah.
on their platforms. I mean, it kind of seems like that's where she's directing all this energy, in my opinion. And I think that'll be down the pipeline. There's going to be lots of laws and all these ways that they're going to try to censor YouTube more, censor podcasters more, just censor. You know what I mean? I think she's definitely on that bandwagon.
They were so concerned about getting a video in a room with an active shooter that they could have accidentally and quite literally filmed themselves being shot. Many of those people have become so desensitized that fight or flight became secondary to the opportunity of putting themselves into the story, which ironically breaks the #1 rule of journalism. And again, ironically enough, the shooter was a teacher. You have these people who are supposed to be teaching our children the future of this country, and he's so unhinged that he is able to teach children by day and then attempt to murder the president of the United States by night. And in his manifesto, he starts by contextualizing himself by saying, I am a citizen of the United States of America. And while we may have big problems with illegal immigration in this country, I have to tell you, we have an even bigger problem when it comes to the systemic indoctrination and radicalization of our own citizens.
You know what I want to know what she thinks?
What?
What does she think about the files?
Right.
You know, like, what does she think about our politicians literally, I don't even want to say the things they're doing, but the people that are running the country, what does she think about their abuse to children and just the disgusting things they do? Does she have anything to say about that? These politicians that she's sticking up for and this system of people that she's sticking up for?
Right.
You know, like, what do you think about that? Like, get
Well-
angry at that. Protect the children. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Like-
turn your focus off of this.
Yeah. Like Charlie did. Charlie, before he died, what he was saying was we need to release the files. Charlie was saying that. He was
Yeah.
fighting for that. He had Tucker on stage saying that.
Mm-hmm.
This is what has led to 3 legitimate attempts on President Trump's life. And I can speak firsthand to that unbearable toll that this must take on our First Lady. There has never been a president who has faced this many assassination attempts in Americans' entire history. And after each one, the reaction from the far left has been, at best, a shrug, and in some cases, a sick disappointment that the shooter was unsuccessful. We are all human beings. And if you can just pause and just take a minute and ask yourself, how would you feel if even just one person made cruel jokes about the attempted murder of your loved one? That is what Jimmy Kimmel did to the First Lady.
So here, you know, she's just trying to play to the emotions, the little bit of base that she has left. She's trying to just be like, how would this affect you? How would this affect you? It's like, well, wait a second. You got to remember the facts here.
Yeah.
What are the facts?
Erika Kirk forgave the accuser, the person that was accused of her husband. She forgave him days after without having any evidence that he was the actual
Right.
okay, so she's forgiving this man that never even was proven to her husband. She was not interested in seeing any evidence. That's who Erika Kirk is. Was not interested in seeing any extra evidence, obviously.
She sits there and she lies through her teeth. She lies constantly about everything. Right. I'm trying to think of stuff that she does. I can't think of a thing. That's demon on the screen.
I know, literally.
She's
She
like,
is no, she is. She's putting a spell on everybody in America. So
She
first
is.
of all, go ahead and put yourself away, Miss Erika. I don't want you looking at me like that anymore.
Yes.
Go ahead, turn around. Just spin around on that chair because I do not want you staring into my eyes, and I don't even want to watch you talking because I feel like you're completely demon possessed. And no, you're not going to be vice president. I don't think so.
Yeah, no. None of
No,
us
no,
are
no,
going to
no.
allow it, okay? You're not allowed to be vice president. No matter how well you're getting at acting on a podcast, you aren't
You're
allowed.
doing better, but this acting is delayed. This is how you should have came out.
Yeah.
And then kind of slowly worked your way into the peaceful wife that's happy about things finally again.
Right.
But you started out as the peaceful wife that's happy about things again.
Right.
And now you're turning into this evil widow. So
Black Widow. And it's so funny because
yeah, Black
she's
Widow.
literally wearing black all the time. She's a Black Widow.
Said that she had the glow of an expected widow.
Hold on, pause it. Because Jimmy Kimmel said this days before the White House Correspondence Dinner, which was a terrible joke. Totally just not good to do. Don't make jokes like that, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't after this.
It wasn't?
No, it was before this.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean,
just-
you don't need to bring it up because it's something that happened before. This is not, he wasn't making comments on
About
this
it.
situation.
Okay.
So they don't need to bring it up. They don't need to do that.
Well, it's all part of their plan Trump is going after the legacy news media
yeah.
so hard this administration.
Yeah.
And she is as well. They're suing everybody for cease and desist letters. They're suing everybody and they're trying to shut them all down so then they can be just talking heads for exactly what they want. They
Thank
think
you.
that the news should be putting out there. And so that's what kind of world are we living in? Even we had Mark Levin sitting there saying, what's wrong with taking a couple Nazi podcasts off? What's wrong with that? He said, yeah, censor them. Censor a couple podcasts. They're Nazis. Okay, well, Nazi rhetoric, what is that? It's whatever you claim it to be,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
they called Trump a Nazi,
Yeah.
right? They call everybody Nazi. So it's like, who are you censoring? So I just feel like this is also playing to the fact, like, they're like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And now they're going to start passing laws to where, like, they can control what comes out and who can say what, even more than just platforms like X or YouTube censoring and, doing what they do. They censor, right?
Yeah.
But they're going to start passing laws, I feel like, to where it's like, okay, no, you literally can't talk about these things.
Well, then you know what? We need to get it all out now.
yeah.
We're going to be doing like 4-hour-long podcasts because our time is crimped.
Yep, we gotta get it out, guys. I don't want to listen too much of this lady
I don't
talking,
either,
but
to be honest.
but I
She
do
just
wanna-
lied too much. I don't even it's like once somebody has, betrayed the trust of people, they're like, they've lied a few times. You kind of like, would you go back and watch them speak?
that's so true.
Like, no, I wouldn't actually. I wouldn't give you a second chance because I don't have to.
Yeah, that's
You're not
true.
my family.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to like you. Is it
Yeah.
okay that I don't like you, Erica? Is it okay that we just don't like you? We don't have to get on the TV and tell us like why we should or why you're right or
Right.
whatever. Just kind of just do your own thing. Then
Right.
get off the TV. Like if you're having problems, like the camera in front of millions isn't the first place you would want to go normally.
Right.
You'd want to like go cuddle up and calm down and pray and
be
be
with your
close.
children.
Yeah, like not
Yeah.
get on camera right away. Like,
Right. I
Chill
agree.
out.
I agree 100%.
Chill out.
Nightmare almost became a reality. And this culture we're living in absorbs disagreement as a form of personal betrayal. It turns having an opposing viewpoint
You're not
into
Charlie.
a moral
Yeah, you know
crime
what? And
or
I was just
You're
thinking,
not
I'm
Charlie.
like, excuse me, lady, who put you in charge of like telling us how the culture is? Like, are you
Right.
the cultural analysis that we've all been waiting for? Like, thank you for telling us how our culture is, ma'am.
Yes.
Like, what do you like? How would you relate? Aren't you like a multimillionaire with
Right.
lots of things? We can't relate with you.
Oh,
Can't relate.
but she's a woman of all trades. She knows how to sew. And
Yes.
she can be in the fashion world too.
Yes, and
As
she's
she
a
said.
great public speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all right. She's all
I
right.
mean, she's great compared to some people,
She's
but
getting better.
yeah, she's had
She's
a lot of
working on it.
practice.
Yeah.
She's had lots of practice these last few months or so.
Yeah.
lived through quite literal hell these past 7 months. If you strip someone of their humanity long enough, you will arrive at the chilling conclusion that they don't deserve to exist at all.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Wait a second.
that nightmare
Are we
almost
taking that
became
out of
reality.
context? What?
In this culture we're living in, absorbs disagreement as a form of personal betrayal. It turns having an opposing viewpoint into a moral crime worthy of punishment. And here's what I've realized through all of this, truly, having lived through quite literal hell these past 7 months, if you strip someone of their humanity long enough, you will arrive at the chilling conclusion that they don't deserve to exist at all. Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
She can just stop right there.
Do you see how
'cause
angry she got?
She is irate. Erika Kirk is irate, is what we're going to call her, because she's literally gone off the handle. Okay? If that's what you call it, going off the handle. She is nuts.
She is nuts.
She's
And
actually kind of scaring me, and I don't want to see her on the streets because I feel like she would totally, like, she might kick some ass.
I think she's tall too. She's
She
definitely
is,
taller
too.
than us. She's
Yeah.
like, she's probably like 5'6". You know, she could probably
Yeah,
kick
all
our
this
asses.
is doing is making us kind of scared. Like, I don't want her to punch me.
Yeah, but not scared enough to not still call you out.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we'll call you up.
You're a liar.
Yeah. Meanie.
Oh, I gotta show you. Okay, so she just keeps on going, dragging on. But this part, I mean, tell me what you think about this part, because at the end, she's Charlie Kirk would sign off, or sign on to his podcast using a certain phrase. So, and she says the phrase with him as he says it. And so it's like, but I just feel like she looks at the camera, she like smiles like, was that okay? Like, but it's just like you put on this entire act of being like angry and badass. And then you're like, totally let it go just for a split second. You guys will see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
With those who disagree. Buckle up, everybody.
Here we go.
To be honest with you, sister, this whole situation, this whole video that I just watched,
Yeah.
it's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not liking her very much. I don't like it. I don't like anything about it, and it's so telling.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree. I think that she's very, very sketchy. I would say she's sketchy. You know? Like the way that she's coming off is just like, you're right. It's mobster like.
Yeah.
Candace Owens did a whole bunch of research in her Bride of Charlie miniseries,
Yeah.
and she said that, you know, Erika Kirk's family had a whole bunch of ties to creating casinos. And, you know, what kind of people own casinos or start casinos or in that
just
type of
deal
work?
with casinos at all? Because I think it was like some casino dealings.
Yeah.
Regardless, the
Mobsters.
casino people are mobby.
Yes, they're
They're
total
mobsters.
mobs. They're mobsters. And I mean, she does come off like that. And it is so telling, the whole Black Widow, because she is wearing black all the time now. Like anytime she's like in a position of authority, she's just like blacked out. And that could also be because she got so much hate for wearing her glitter suit, pantsuits, you know what I mean? So, but I really think it's more deep than that. And I think like when you look at dark MAGA,
Mhm.
and the word MAGA at all, I mean, it just means the high priest or high priestess of, in, you know, witches and witchery. So I'm equating that to dark MAGA. She's wearing dark. She's just like got total witchy
It's a vibe.
vibes.
It's
witchy
a vibe.
vibes, right?
It's a vibe for sure. It's very scary vibe. And
yeah.
I would recommend everybody that watched that video of her explaining herself, I would recommend that you rebuke her eyes and her energies being pushed at you, because I did.
Yeah.
I
rebuke you.
I did a few prayers watching that of protection.
Yeah, she's a sketchy lady. Sketchy lady there. We can move on from her, honestly,
Yes.
because she is so creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a creepy lady, but we did have to cover it. She calls Candace Owens out, saying that Candace Owens claims that her husband, right? Candace Owens has never said that.
No, Candace
never
Owens
said that.
has never said that.
No.
But you know who did say it? Erika Kirk just said it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Very telling, Erica.
Yes, it is.
You know why Erika Kirk probably hates Candace Owens so much? Honestly, she's probably always disliked Candace Owens. They never hung out. You know what I mean? Candace isn't like, yeah, we were good friends. She was best friends with Charlie, but she wasn't friends with his wife.
Well, just imagine if you put it into perspective, like if your husband was best friends with a female,
Right.
it's not so there's no way really that
Right.
Erika Kirk and Candace Owens ever really
Right.
got along.
They obviously never got along. Otherwise, Candace would have said so.
Yeah.
You know, she'd be like, we were really good friends. What happened? No, they weren't friends. And I think that it has to do with this type of energy that Charlie Kirk gave Candace because he did love Candace.
Yes.
As a brother and sister love each other. He just looked up to her, he admired her. She was such a strong woman to him. So let's just play Charlie in his own words here.
So I met Candace at an event back in November, and Candace, fact check me if I'm wrong, I think I hired you 4.5 minutes after I met you.
I think it was 3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes.
It was very aggressive. He was like, "You sit down, stay here. I'm going to get you a contract. I need you to sign the contract and get it back to me."
All
I
right,
was like,
sign
okay.
right here. DocuSign. It's okay. You never heard of it. Just right here. Just
Write your name. I just need you to move your finger, and the deal was done. And the rest, as we say, is history in the making.
It's history. And for those of you that follow kind of our path and our journey closely, it's been quite a 7 or 8 months. And Turning Point was on an amazing trajectory at the time. And now it's just gone exponential. And I believe today, what I knew back then, Candace is unlike any other conservative voice that we've encountered. And because she's confident.
Thank you, guys.
She's articulate. She's charismatic. She's fierce. She's funny. She's direct. And what she has done is she has successfully been able to go between the worlds of culture and politics, something that conservatives are not supposed to do.
I love that video.
I love it too. And these are the moments that we can't forget, you know, looking into people's past. These are the things that you want to see.
Yes.
You know, this is where the truth lies, is what their friendship really looked like. And there's so many videos of what their friendship really looked like.
Yep.
And we can't really say that we know what his and Erika's relationship really looked like, because there are no real videos and moments like this of them.
Well, there are, but they're very extremely awkward videos.
Yeah, they're not moments like this.
No, and it's they're videos where it's just like she forgets her kids' birthdays, and like it's just weird videos where it's like it's very forced.
Yeah.
This is a true friendship, and so this is why I think, like, whenever Erika Kirk sat there and she's like, and Candace Owens, like, she looks like she just hates her so much.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, I would hate somebody too if I was totally lying about everything and then they were totally exposing my entire life. I probably wouldn't like them either, to be honest. So,
well, if I was like that, I'd probably repent.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes.
That's what I was saying. Coleman was saying it the best. He was saying, if we're going to pray for Erika, we need to pray for her repentance.
Yes.
And we need to pray that her sin does not weigh heavily on her children.
Yes.
Or weigh her children, John. Those are the things we could pray for Erika for sure.
Yes.
Shout out to Barron for those prayers.
Yeah, that was very wise of him. I mean, he's just so wise.
Yes.
Baron Coleman is a genius.
Nowhere in the Bible, nowhere in any religious tradition does it say, if you're a widow, you get a free pass to lie to anyone you want, to gaslight everybody you meet, for everything you've ever done in your entire life that is dog doo-doo. You just get overlooked. No one's allowed to bring it up. No one's allowed to talk about it. For the rest of your life, everyone has to fawn all over you and support you because, my God, you're a widow. It doesn't exist. I've looked at scripture. It's not in there. Erika, Graham, Gary, not in here.
Right.
Andrew, Blake, doesn't say it.
Thank you, Barron.
Well
Thank you.
said, sir.
Well said. Well said. Definitely couldn't have said it better myself.
Did you see this guy, this kid?
So this I did not see.
So it's amazing. I watched the whole thing.
Okay.
So it's Mason Lemmy at Lemmy Reacts. He came out on YouTube and he posted, well, on all platforms, he posted why I'm quitting TPUSA.
Okay.
7 months after Charlie had been. It's fantastic. I mean, he just goes in. So the kid signed up with Turning Point USA right after Charlie's assassination.
Mm-hmm.
He signed up for one of the chapters, and then he works with them. He's like, he's in some of the meetings with Erika. Like, he just sees everything going on the last 7 months, and he's living in it. And actually, he said he was defending her at first, and then he's like, enough is enough for him, and he quits because he sees the direction and the trajectory of Turning Point USA and how it has gone so far from what Charlie had created it for and really meant TPUSA to be. And so it's a whole video of him just going over all the facts. Like, he digs into Candace Owens, what she was said, like everything that she's brought to light. He digs into the bullet theory, the microphone theory. He digs out all of this and he points it all out, and he just tells you, like, listen, it is what everybody's saying. Baron Coleman's right, Candace is right, Erika Kirk is evil. Like, I'm done, you know? So it's actually a really great video.
Okay.
I suggest you guys all check him out.
But that's awesome. And you know what? It's probably just going to be more and more people coming out.
Yeah.
You know, the empire is falling. There's no way that thing's going to stay afloat, TPUSA. There's no way.
Yeah, so the University of Georgia was huge, right? That one, they quit. That was right after JD Vance. It was at that event. The president, Caroline Maddox, just resigned. Yes. Citing internal treatment and subsequent public lies told by TPUSA executives.
What?
That's crazy.
That's what she cited?
That's insane.
That's really, really...
She says, it became abundantly clear to me following our event on April 14th that TPUSA's mission and purpose have been lost along the way.
Charlie spent his life fighting for the truth, and I do not believe he would stand for the blatant dishonesty now being spread by the organization that he built.
Wow.
See, that's truth right there. This woman, Caroline Maddox, she's speaking truth. Why would she just come out and say that? You know, people don't just do that.
Right.
Yeah, there's a bunch of resignations going on with TPUSA. We hear about them almost every other day, to be honest with you. Some of them are smaller positions, some of them are larger positions, but either way, it's like unusual for a company to lose so many positions. People just resign. You know, and they're all stating the same reasons because it's not the same company it was when Charlie Kirk was running it.
Yep.
Point blank.
Point blank. And I mean, it makes sense, and it does make sense that Turning Point would totally fall after his death because Charlie was Turning Point. You know?
Yeah.
There is no other Charlie. You cannot take his widow and make her keep the position, the whole company going. The company was him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was him. So we can move on though. What do you want to talk about?
Let's go to talk about the White House Correspondence Dinner. All of the, you know, different reactions, the things that happened there. The one that stood out most to me personally was when the security detail, Secret Service, pulled JD Vance away so much quicker than President Trump.
Yes.
I don't know if it's because he's way closer to like an entrance, or I don't know. He was kind of on the end of the stage, it looked like a little bit more, or is he in the middle of the stage just like President Trump? In this one, you can see JD Vance just getting yanked up, pulled away as he should. It looks pretty legit. It looks like this security was doing, or this Secret Service member was doing the job he should have been doing. Yes. But if you look on over to Trump in the background over there, they're like turtling him out of there.
Yeah, let's count how long it is that he's there.
Okay.
While JD Vance is off stage. It's crazy.
If I can still count, let's do it. Dude, what?
Are you kidding me? Then they dropped him. He said that he was crawling. Do you see that? He fell.
Well,
oh no, they told him to get down. Hold on.
A little late.
He's like, what the hell? I'm 89 or I'm 90 years old.
See, that's what happens if you have Palantir like on your side, that you have better security.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
Yeah.
They're like, protect him. We need him.
Yeah,
he's an
gotta
asset.
stick around. He actually might be the next president.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, who knows? If there even
I think so.
is going to be an election, we'll see.
I know that's so. Jesse's always talking about that.
Well, I mean, that's the talk on the town.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Trump's going to try to do a third term? Or do you think that there's going to be held elections even though he did say you'll never have to vote again, there will never be elections again.
Who said that?
Trump said that.
What?
Let me pull that up.
Democratic, open, legal elections.
So you say
we're ready.
during the war, you can't have elections. So let me just say 3.5 years from now. So you mean if we happen to be in a war with somebody, no more elections? Oh, that's good. I wonder what the fake
You like
news
this
is.
idea?
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of news,
Mm,
He's saying
Yeah.
in 3 years,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If we happen to be in a war with someone, no more elections. And he's joking, like, there's a joke.
Yeah.
Is he joking, though?
Funny joke.
Is he joking, you guys? I don't think so.
Let's take a look at Spider Cash under the table. That was a good one. Did we catch him under the table?
Well, I think so.
Isn't it so weird how in Cole Allen's manifesto, he talks about how he will target all of the officials, the White House officials, besides Kash Patel?
Yes.
What is up with that?
Why?
What is up with that?
The only person that you wouldn't is Cash. Like, why did they? I don't believe the manifesto was real.
I don't either.
So
obviously.
why did they add that in? That
Yeah,
is
what
so
is-
interesting?
I was just thinking just to cause more confusion. Just
Right.
more confusion, more
What?
distraction, just a little sprinkle of distraction in there.
So very strange.
It is very strange.
So we got
Oh, there he
Mr.
is.
Spider Cash.
This is Spider Cash.
It says FBI Director Kash Patel was seen springing into action. He looks scared to me. Or
looks
you know
scared.
what? Honestly, he looks like he knows that he's like, when was my cue?
Yeah.
I can't remember my cue.
It just, with him, I'm just like, he just seems like such a dork, dude. Especially after finding out that he is Spider Cash on that thing he was playing, like some video game or something stupid. Yeah, he's just a regular old dude that
Yeah.
just takes money and bribes, and has no significance, and he's just a lame Spider Cash.
Yeah.
He's a lame little boy that wants to be Spider-Man again.
I think his Spider Cash was also that username was found on one of the adult websites
Oh, great. That's disgusting.
Yeah. that was used like that day that guy was looking at the information.
Yeah.
He looked in to see when the account was last used,
Yeah.
and it was used that day.
Oh,
Like,
gosh.
just so ridiculous. So nasty, to be honest. Let's play real quick. We'll play.
Him leaving him, his wife.
Yeah. Oh, right here. Right
Yes.
here. This is wild. Oh, my gosh. There wouldn't be enough security guards that could stop my husband from putting me in front of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that goes for most husbands.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Like that's just insane.
Yes.
Look at poor Cheryl Hines. She's like, hello.
They have dudes throwing chairs out of the way and then leaving her wide open. Like, that's pretty crazy. So she would have been the first to go because it looks like there's no one around her and she
Right.
is singly standing there.
Right. And
That is
she's actually
so rude.
right behind him. So like you see RFK's head and she's right behind him. So it's like if they were aiming for RFK, she would be right in the fire. Like that's crazy.
It's just so like telling, to be honest. It's
Yeah,
like,
what
oh,
type
because
of
they
men?
weren't actually afraid.
right.
They didn't have that natural instinct that, the adrenaline that happens when something real happens.
right.
This was they didn't have it in them. It wasn't
Yeah.
in them. They weren't feeling afraid.
Yeah.
So their male instincts didn't kick in.
Yeah, and then did you see that she texted she somehow her text messages were shared, her and her friends, and she's like they're like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, that was so crazy. Security guards were throwing chairs. They protected me," which they didn't. She lied to her friends. And then she said, "I'm so hungry." And it's like I don't know. I just feel like
I mean,
maybe she was hungry actually.
I would totally be that person. You know
Yeah.
that. I would.
Yeah.
Like something super traumatic could happen, and then give it an hour or
Yeah.
so, and then I'll definitely be hungry.
Yeah, that's true. And
for
actually, it
sure.
was before dinner was served, so they were
yeah,
probably all
they're
like,
all hungry.
"What?"
That's probably the realest thing about this event was her being hungry.
Yeah, she probably didn't know, and she was probably pissed at RFK.
Ugh.
She was probably like, "Are you kidding me? You
How
let them
embarrassing.
take me first.
Oh
Or you
my
first. Oh,
gosh. Imagine that.
Dana
fight.
White just being Dana White. He's like, this is amazing. But, you know, Dana, he sits there and watches people literally kill each other in the ring.
Well, not literally.
They
but
go crazy.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Let's push out back there. Yeah.
You know, what? Yeah, he's just chilling.
Damn, you're okay.
He's chilling and he's like,
What I would be most afraid of, honestly, in this entire situation would be getting accidentally shot by one of the Secret Service or one of the police,
Oh,
because they're just
yeah.
people walking around with guns.
yeah.
And that
and
would
they
be
can't
scary.
even shoot the suspect.
I
'cause
know.
Cole Allen didn't even get shot.
Yeah, so what do you guys
What's
think
up
about
with that, by the way?
Yeah.
Wasn't there like 5, I could be off, but the reportings that I saw was there were like 5 gunshot that went off
Yes.
to stop Cole Allen, but not one of them hit him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a legitimate fear you have that
Yeah.
they would be the one that would do it.
Yeah, because apparently, and it was, you know, every single time something crazy like anything happens, because in our lifetime now, a lot of crazy things happen, you know, like
Yeah.
every other week something crazy is happening. But it's crazy because immediately just flooded with all this information, like he's dead, shooter's dead, he was shot, the officer was shot, like all this different stuff. There's 5 gunshots rang out, like all of this stuff. But then you come to find out the dude was shot with a life vest on.
A
Cole
life
Allen
vest?
or
A bulletproof vest?
bulletproof
I
vest.
was like, they had some swimming activities afterwards.
He was shot with a bulletproof vest on. Cole Allen apparently wasn't shot at all. And apparently Cole Allen shot the security or the police officer. But it's like, well, in what world is a guy running down, crazy looking running down,
Yeah.
shoot a cop, and then a whole bunch of cops shoot at him and they don't shoot him? You know what my theory is, you guys?
What?
I think other people have this theory too, but I'm calling
Okay.
it mine. I think that one of the police officers shot another police officer. That's what I think. I'm just going to say it. I don't think the Cole Allen got any shots off. He was running too fast. It didn't, there's no
Way
way.
too fast.
He was running so fast.
Come on. Dana White's reaction was the best. That was the best.
Yes. And this Cole Allen stuff, let's pull up some of that stuff about him real quick.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of interesting things about him. I'm going to go ahead and just put this here. Not going to say much with it. This was Cole Allen at some point. It doesn't say when he was wearing
It
this
doesn't matter
t-shirt,
when.
but he was wearing
At
it.
some point, he was wearing this.
Yep.
Could have been like 15 years ago. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then also he worked for NASA, apparently.
He interned.
So,
Oh, that's the NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
of course.
And isn't that what Amy Eskridge, what she dealt with, that type of deal?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it all kind of circles around. It's so weird how everything is connected.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking wild. But yeah.
100%. Very creepy.
Normally, what I think happens with these guys that have to be planted like this is they have some really dark things that they do or that they look at, or they've been caught, like, you know, that look at they were searched here, you know where, and they're probably searching his information and his laptops and his computers and seeing what kind of stuff he looks at, maybe on adult websites, and then totally just blackmails him and say, hey man, you got to take the fall for this now because we're going to let the world know about this.
Right.
You know, so really feel like it's like a blackmail they had on him, and this is what he had to do.
Yeah, I agree. I think that that's what they did with Thomas Brooks or Thomas Cooks.
Who's
Thomas
that?
B. Cooks. At the Butler
Oh,
shooting,
yeah.
the first
Yeah, yeah.
assassination attempt on Trump.
Oh, for sure.
I think for sure with that, because that whole situation was so weird that
So
he didn't even
weird.
have silverware in his house. Like he had apparently no online life at all. But then you find out, like, Tucker Carlson releases an entire episode based around who he is, and then you can find out that he was posting videos of him pretending to shoot and like pulling out his gun and seeing how fast he could pull out his gun.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, no, I
but
totally
wasn't
agree.
he in like BlackRock commercials too?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
So maybe you could pull that up.
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and Honors Economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do.
Got to check on all those other kids.
I hope when I retire someday, they say, you know, that guy made this place a special place to come to school and gave as much as he could to help the community.
Just interesting. That's all. It's just interesting.
Just asking questions, you guys.
When you don't believe in coincidences, you have to believe in just things are the way they are because they were lined up that way.
Right. Yeah.
Either by God.
What do we? And then, you know what else is weird? Apparently, Cole Allen appeared in an ABC News report back in 2017. So let's look at his.
College student Cole Allen developed a prototype for a wheelchair emergency brake.
The wheelchair brakes tend to lock the wheels, but don't actually lock the chair to the ground. The idea with this is to prevent it from moving at all.
Recent Aging into the Future conference held by St. Barnabas Senior Services.
Interesting that all these guys just happen to be
Caltech.
on commercials all the time.
And he went to Caltech. I mean, these guys, they are really smart, intelligent people.
Yeah.
And so they do get caught in this MK Ultra or product. They say Project Artichoke. I mean, it's just one and the same. I mean, they all get caught in somehow from their online presence or whatever they're doing. You know what I mean? They get compromised in some type of way. And it is really scary.
It is scary.
Whenever you look up that these people are being searched in other countries, it's really scary because a lot of people are going and looking at their own names now. And then you can see like our names are searched in there. You know what I mean? Our podcast name is searched there. And so it is really scary that they have so much power and so much control to be able to do whatever they're doing to these people and set up these situations where it's just they get them compromised. It's very scary, the world that we're living in, especially whenever you take into account that Palantir is controlling so much and in charge and like willingly in charge of so much. It's very scary the direction our world's going in. You guys.
It can be. I think when you have God inside of your heart and then when you pray to the Lord and you are constantly in prayer, you know, when you're prayed up, I think that that's the only way you can avoid what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And these are just godless people that it happens to, I think.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. It's just a lot. It's a lot, you guys. It's a lot. Let's end on more of a fun note today, you guys.
Let's turn this thing around because this is a good day. And we don't want to keep talking about all this stuff that's happening because it's literally just ridiculous. It's all fake. You know, let's get back to the real things in life, like loving our families, enjoying our days, seeing the sunrise, enjoying it set, enjoying our pets, enjoying our homes, enjoying our food. You know, we got to really remember those things because that's what matters, not all these fools that are running the show.
Yes, I agree 100%. They can try to make us scared and try to break us down. But have you ever noticed throughout all of our lives, whenever there's always crazy stuff going on in the news? Always. And it's always meant to make you feel scared and fearful. But have you ever noticed if you take a week off of the internet and you just live your life, you're not thinking about that stuff. And guess what? Everything's still always the same. It always will be because God is good and life is beautiful. And they only want you scared if you're paying attention.
Right.
So it is nice to not pay attention sometimes, you guys.
Yeah, or take it lightly. Let's take it lighthearted sometimes.
Yes, don't have too much
investment
stake in the game.
Yeah.
The last time the Alien Enemies Act was invoked, it was used to detain and deport German, Japanese, Italian immigrants during World War XI. The last time...
During World War XI.
And she doesn't even catch it because she just doesn't know.
She just carries on
because she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She's just reading it. She probably really doesn't even realize that there's
She's probably like,
Roman
dang.
numerals. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, she probably went like in her ride back home and was like, "Dang, we've had 11 world wars." She was probably like, kind of like, "Dang, I didn't realize this country's been through a lot.
Yeah,
so happy
she's
to
like,
be here.
"Dang."
So happy to be here. I can make all kinds of illegal money."
Yeah, no. I mean, honestly, in situations like that, just I truly believe that, if it doesn't even matter, but if it did matter in a normal, sane world, I would say, of course, people that are elected to be representatives in Congress and in the House and president should only be from the United States.
I mean, it only makes sense to me, but
because you're supposed to be representing the majority in your state. Right? That's what they're elected to do.
Yeah.
To represent their state. And so if you're not from this country, I
Or
just
the
don't see how that
state,
makes sense.
Like, it should
Yeah.
be a little bit more rooted than it is. It's
Yes.
totally just not rooted at all.
And term limits, of course.
Totally.
Come on. Maybe all these new generations and our generation can help to change the course of what our country has gotten themselves into. Hopefully, these kids growing up, they are really bright, very intelligent. They're not afraid to tell you what they think and tell the truths on the internet, especially. They're not afraid. So I really do. I saw that kid, he posted that video about leaving TPUSA. Mason Lemmy, kids like Mason Lemmy are going to be the ones that change the course of this direction of this country. And I do have a lot of faith in it, actually. I think that things are going to change. And I think that it is going to be the younger generation. That's why it bothers me so much whenever we have people like our father's generation that say, you're on YouTube too much, or I don't have YouTube, I don't pay attention. It's like, well, maybe you should have.
Yeah.
Maybe you should
Before
have.
you have an opinion, Dad. I'm just kidding.
Your generation should have been paying attention a little bit more.
No, they were having way too much fun, just having parties and going crazy, dude.
Yeah.
They were like headbanging, drinking beers, crushing the cans on their head, like, yeah, driving in the back of trucks and the dirt. That's what I imagine Mom and Dad doing.
Yeah, I think we all did that, but
yeah, but we had a device to check up on the news.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so glad that you're feeling hopeful, sister. And I think that we all should feel hopeful and do not fear, right? We do not fear. The Lord's got our back. Let's just pray constantly for the world and for our families. And let's enjoy this beautiful life that Jesus died for us. He died for our sins so we could live. Let's live, guys.
Let's live.
Let's live it
Be
up.
happy. What are you doing after this?
I think we're going to go to lunch.
All right, you guys, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for spending this Wednesday with us. It means a lot that you take the time out to actually enjoy our podcast with us and, shoot the shit.
Let us know what you think down below. What's going on? Like, is this affecting you? What's happening in the world? Are you feeling content in your heart and knowing that everything's going to be all right? Like, how you guys feeling? Let us know down below. And if you want to listen and support the podcast, you can check us out on Spreaker or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Also, we have a Patreon if you want to help our channel grow a little bit. We'd really appreciate it. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe.
Make sure to check out our new merch, you guys. We got some new merch. Little cute cups, a lot in common merch.
Yeah.
Just something nice to drink your coffee or your water out of. We got some sweaters if you guys want to rep the show. No stress. We've got them on our Printify. You can go ahead and check them out if you want to support the show. If not, no big deal as well. Come back next week. We'll be here Wednesday to talk about all this madness going on in the world per usual.
Yeah. See you next time.
See you next week.